Legend of Yufei, Chapter 20.
The source itself kicks off with a poem. It paints this picture of the Song dynasty really falling apart. You've got these invaders arriving, the empresses, the consorts suffering. Terrible situation. Loyal officials feel totally powerless while the emperor himself is fleeing. It talks about imperial luxury turning into tragedy, the capital in chaos, drums, banners, just immense pressure. That's the world King Kang is trapped in. High stakes doesn't even begin to cover it.
Okay, so amidst all that chaos, we meet our first key character. And he seems, well, pretty ordinary at first glance. Cui Zhao, an old horse doctor. But he's got this quiet, vital part to play. What's his deal when we first meet him? He's kind of behind enemy lines, isn't he?
He is. And he's in trouble straight away. He gets holed up before the pings in the military commanders because he was slow coming back from a trip. You can just feel the tension. But what's really interesting is that because he'd been their horse doctor before, they actually go easy on him. He avoids serious punishment. It's this unexpected bit of leniency from the invaders.
Yeah. Leniency? You wouldn't expect that.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't. And even though he got warned, the source says Cui Zhao just secretly kept doing his rounds, watching the horses, but really he was leaving his heart to listen for news of King Kang. His loyalty right there in the enemy camp, it's pretty remarkable.
That really is something. A quiet act of defiance. Does the source hint at why the invaders might be lenient? And how does that maybe play into things later for King Kang? Because that feels like a key nugget, right? Unexpected loyalty, plus maybe an enemy's blind spot. That can be huge in these situations.
Exactly. The source doesn't spell out the why of the leniency, but it suggests maybe pragmatism, keep things orderly. Maybe they just saw he was useful. And yeah, it becomes super significant when we look at the main invader, General Wuzu. He's leading this massive second advance into the Central Plains. We're talking 500,000 soldiers, huge force, various nations involved. His princes are with him. This whole campaign kicks off just after Chinese New Year, mid-February.
500,000 soldiers, wow. So he just rolls through.
Well, yes and no. His advance is huge, but it's also quirky. He doesn't actually reach Luzhu until mid-April. Why? Because, apparently, he stopped for several hunting trips along the way, and he likes to talk up his past wins. When they reach Lianglang Pass, he's telling his princes about victories at places like Leizhen Sun Shenku. The princes just chalk it up to his boundless good fortune. But then there's another odd moment. At Hejian Mansion, he gives a specific order. No entry to harass the common people. He's respecting an earlier surrender by a guy named Zhang Shui. It shows a different side to him.
So not just a brute conqueror, there's some calculation, maybe even a strange kind of honor.
Perhaps, or maybe just strategy. Then, by mid-June, they reach the Yellow River, but it's baking hot, summer heat. So Wuzu calls a halt, orders everyone to set up camp along the riverbank until the weather cools down. And this pause, this heat wave, it inadvertently sets the perfect stage for everything that's about to happen.
Okay, so the massive army is paused, waiting out the heat. Then what happens? You mentioned Wuzu creates an opening.
He does, with his big ceremony. July 15th, that's the day. Wuzu sets up this elaborate ancestral worship. He builds a reed canopy, sacrifices loads of animals, pigs, sheep, fish, ducks, all facing north to honor his ancestors.
Right in the middle of his campaign camp, and King Kang is there.
He is. Imagine the scene. Wuzu rides in on his famous fire dragon steed, and following him is a prince. And Cui Zhao, our horse doctor, he sees him and immediately knows. That's King Kang.
King Kang stands out too, right? The source describes him vividly. Red battle robe, gold belt, bow, arrows, knife at his waist, riding a red tasseled horse, wearing this purple gold crown with pheasant tails. He's dressed the part, but inside the enemy camp, it's surreal.
Totally surreal. And then this tiny thing happens that changes everything. King Kang's horse stumbles, just like trips forward, almost throws him off. He recovers super quickly, pulls the horse back up. Wuzu turns, sees it, and actually says something like good riding, praises his horsemanship.
Okay. That clumsy horse. Doesn't seem like much.
But wait. As the horse stumbled, something falls off King Kang's belt from his flying fish pouch. It's a carved bow. And who's right there? Cui Zhao. He sees it instantly, steps forward, picks it up, hands it back. Just behind us, keep it safe.
The loyal horse doctor, right place, right time.
Exactly. And Wuzu hears Cui Zhao speak, notices his Central Plains accent, asks him who he is. Cui Zhao explains, I'm from the Central Plains, I'm a horse doctor, been serving you for 19 years. And Wuzu, instead of being suspicious, he's actually impressed. Right there, he orders Kui Zhao to serve King Kang directly, promises him a great official post once they conquer the Song.
Wow. So the dropped bow leads directly to Kui Xiao being assigned to King Kang. That's seizing the moment.
Totally. It's pure improvisation meeting opportunity. Kui Zhao didn't plan it, but he saw the opening and took it. Huge insight there. You got to grab those chances.
So after the ceremony, they have a feast, right? But King Kang isn't exactly celebrating.
No. The source says he's there. Among all the enemy leaders, they call him the Ninth Prince, and he's just secretly bowing his head and weeping.
You can almost feel it, his private agony.
Yeah, he's thinking how even these invaders, these foreign barbarians as he sees them, have ancestors to honor at this ceremony. Meanwhile, his own emperors are captives, the Song ancestral temples are destroyed. He asks, doesn't heaven protect us? Just pure despair, trapped among his enemies.
That must have been crushing. How important do you think that raw emotion was? Did it fuel what happened next?
Oh, absolutely. It had to steel his resolve.
Uh-huh.
And Kui Zhao, ever watchful, sees Wuzu notice King Kang's sadness. He acts fast. Kui Zhao drops to his knees right away, makes up an excuse, says the prince is still in pain and uneasy from the horse stumbling earlier. That's why he can't drink.
Yeah.
And Wuzu buys it. Shows that weird compassionate streak again. Tells Kui Zhao, okay, escort him to the rear camp to rest.
Another brilliant move by Kui Xiao, using Wuzu's own momentary sympathy against him.
Exactly. Critical misdirection. So they get back to King Kang's tent. Kui Zhao shoos away the servants, the Xiao Fan, and then the big reveal. He pulls out this blood edict, a secret message written in blood from the two captive Song emperors. He had it hidden in his inner clothes the whole time. Imagine King Kang reading that. It just deepens his sorrow, but probably also his determination.
A secret message from the captive emperors. Wow. Talk about raising the stakes.
Right. But just as this incredibly intense private moment is happening, bam, a servant announces Wuzu is coming to the tent.
Oh, no.
Yeah. King Kang has to quickly hide the edict, like right against his skin, and compose himself before Wuzu walks in. The tension is just immense.
Okay, so King Kang's at his lowest, emotionally charged, holding this secret edict. What could possibly happen next? This sounds like something out of a movie.
It really does. What happens next is, well, it seems almost like a miracle. This large five-colored bird appears, described as being like a really impressive hen, Junyi bird. It lands right on a tent near them and starts calling out. And what it calls sounds like, Zhaogu, Zhaogu, if you don't leave now, when will you? Zhaogu was King Kang's personal name.
Wait, the bird calls him by name and tells him to leave. Seriously.
That's what the source says. Kui Zhao is stunned, obviously. Wuzu hears it too. He's curious, asks, what's that bird saying? Sounds like Southern Dynasty people speaking, which is a pretty sharp observation from Wuzu.
Okay, this is where King Kang has to think fast.
Incredibly fast. He pulls off this amazing deception. He tells Wuzu, oh, that bird, it's a Junyi. It's actually an ominous beast back in China, bodes ill, and that he completely makes up a translation of its call. He tells Wuzu the bird is actually cursing him, Wuzu, saying things like, filthy G-dog, may your throat be cut, may your head be severed.
Huh, that's brilliant. Turning the tables completely. Pure misdirection.
Masterful, isn't it? Wuzu, of course, hits the roof. He's furious, wants to shoot this cursing bird down immediately. But King Kang, thinking ahead, says, let me shoot it. He requests to do it himself, and before he shoots, he makes this secret prayer just to himself. If this really is a divine bird sent to guide my escape, and if heaven hasn't given up on the Song dynasty, then when I shoot this arrow, the bird will fall. He lets the arrow fly.
Okay, edge of my seat here. What happens? Does the bird fall?
Get this. The bird catches the arrow in its mouth and just flies away. It doesn't fall at all.
No way! It catches the arrow. That's
extraordinary. Is that just luck? Divine intervention? Or is it all about King Kang's quick thinking, making the best of a weird situation?
It's such a mix, isn't it? The story definitely plays up the divine angle, makes it feel fated. But you can't ignore King Kang's sheer nerve and brilliant improvisation. He took a strange event and instantly built a strategy around it. And Kui Xiao. He sees the bird fly off with the arrow, and he doesn't miss a beat. Grabs King Kang's horse, immediately yells, Your Highness, quickly! Mount up and follow it, pursue! The chase is on.
Absolutely. King Kang leaps onto his horse and rides as if flying. Just blasts out of there. The source says he's smashing through tents, even knocks people down in his rush to follow where the bird went.
What does Wuzu do? He must see this chaos.
Initially, he dismisses it. Someone tells him King Kang rode off chasing the bird, and Wuzu's basically like, so what? Big deal. He lost an arrow, let him get it. And he goes back to drinking with the other princes.
He just lets him go after all that.
For a moment, yes. Incredible, right? But then the other princes start complaining. They tell Wuzu, hey, that ninth prince was riding like a maniac. He could fall, get hurt. He was reckless. That finally gets Wuzu's attention. He changes his mind, grabs his own fire dragon steed, and decides to go after King Kang himself. And that's when he confirms, yeah, King Kang didn't just ride off nearby. He rode straight out of the camp.
Unbelievable. The escape actually works. It's King Kang in full flight. He's got one of his men with him, Zhao, but the guy is just struggling to keep up, totally exhausted.
Meanwhile, Wuzu, the general, chasing them, he's right on their tail, practically tasting victory.
And he doesn't just chase, he taunts King Kang, shouting things like, surely that old southern barbarian told you something. Don't you know the whole world belongs to me? Where do you think you're going?
Wow, brutal.
He even yells, my son, where are you going? Why don't you come back? It's quite the psychological game he's playing, isn't it?
It truly is. I mean, this scene isn't just a physical chase. It's pure psychological warfare, calling him my son. That's not just mockery.
No.
It's strategic. It's trying to strip King Kang of his royal dignity, his very identity, really. In these imperial stories, that kind of verbal humiliation, it's almost as damaging as getting captured.
Especially when the text says King Kang is already scared out of his wits.
Exactly. He's completely broken, not just tired. The fear is palpable.
That level of raw fear, it feels really crucial here. You sometimes think heroes in these tales are always stoic, right? But King Kang is described as genuinely terrified.
And Wuzu sees this. He decides, okay, time to end it. He thinks, this kid probably doesn't know any better. I'll just shoot him down.
So he grabs his bow, knocks an arrow.
Yep, fires it right at the back leg of King Kang's horse.
Oof.
The horse rears, throws King Kang off. But incredibly, he scrambles up and just keeps running, on foot.
Wow. Just pure adrenaline, I guess.
Must be.
Yeah.
And Wuzu, he just laughs, kind of smugly, perhaps. The text says he laughs, I scared my boy, didn't I?
Right. This feels like the absolute lowest point for King Kang.
Definitely. It's the critical nadir in the narrative. He's completely exposed.
Yeah.
Horse down, on foot, relentless enemy right there. In these kinds of legends, hitting rock bottom like this often sets the stage for the biggest miracle. It emphasizes that the intervention is divine, you know. That King Kang himself has zero agency left. He is truly helpless.
And then, just when you think, okay, there's absolutely no way out, the story takes this really unexpected turn. Out from the trees walks an old man. He's wearing a square cap and a Taoist robe, holding a horse with one hand, a whip in the other.
Just appears
And calls out, my lord, quickly mount. It's so sudden, almost surreal.
And what's striking is how King Kang reacts, or rather how he doesn't react. He doesn't question it. He doesn't hesitate.
Dots.
None mentioned. He just sees the escape route and takes it. That immediate acceptance of the miraculous, that's a common thread you see in these divine intervention stories.
Meanwhile, Wuzu sees this happening.
And he is furious, absolutely enraged. He curses the old man, vows he'll come back and kill him later, but right now he just keeps chasing King Kang.
Yeah.
The pursuit is still on.
Okay, so King Kang is galloping like mad on this new horse. He reaches the Jiang River. He looks across. Nothing but vast, wide water.
He's trapped again, but differently this time.
Totally trapped. Wuzu is still hot on his heels. King Kang is desperate, actually crying out, heaven has forsaken me. It really feels like this has to be the end.
This is the dramatic climax of the chase for sure. He's cornered. The text says something like, no road to heaven, no door to earth, just water and the enemy.
But then, the unbelievable happens.
Go on.
The moment King Kang cries out in despair, the horse rears up its front hooves.
Okay.
And with a loud splash, it leaps right into the middle of the river with King Kang still on its back.
It jumps into the river, the wide Jiang River.
Right into it. It's more than just escape. It's like defying the laws of nature.
Wow. Okay. And Wuzu.
Wuzu sees this and shouts, this is bad. He rushes to the riverbank, but King Kang is gone. Vanished into the water, apparently.
He thinks he drowned.
He weeps, truly believing King Kang has drowned, so he starts to head back. It's interesting how his certainty that King Kang is dead kind of enables the miracle to fully unfold unseen.
That makes sense. He stops looking.
Exactly. He goes back to the woods looking for that old man.
But he's gone too, I bet.
No trace of him. Then, a few steps further, he finds Zhao, King Kang's loyal man.
Oh no. What happened?
Tragically, he committed suicide by the roadside, couldn't keep up, couldn't escape.
Oh, that's bleak. A very human end.
It is. Wuzu, apparently deeply upset by this, returns to his camp, tells his princes the whole story, and they just lament King Kang's supposed bad luck, thinking he drowned.
It's such a powerful contrast, isn't it? Cui Zhao's tragic, very real death versus King Kang's miraculous, almost otherworldly escape.
And the text gives a reason why Wuzu couldn't see him.
Oh, what does it say?
It says there was a divine spirit protecting him, obscuring Wuzu's vision.
Ah, okay. Classic legendary device. Divine intervention doesn't just make impossible things happen. It bends reality, manipulates perception, so the bad guys don't see it.
Makes sense. And King Kang himself. He was writing as if in a fog, didn't dare open his eyes, just hearing the water rushing past.
Though he didn't even fully comprehend the miracle as it was happening.
Seems like it. So, less than an hour later, this horse has crossed the entire vast Jiajiang River, leaps onto the far bank,
Incredible.
keeps going for a bit, then in a dense forest, it just gently lowers King Kang to the ground and runs off into the woods.
Just leaves him there.
Yep. And King Kang, in this very human moment, actually gets a bit frustrated. He says, "Horse, you have a heart, carry me a few more steps. Why did you leave me here?"
Huh. After crossing a river miraculously, he wants a few more steps.
Right. It kind of highlights that even after witnessing the impossible, immediate human concerns still pop up.
That's very relatable, actually. So what does he do now? It's getting dark.
It is. He looks around, realizes it's getting dark, and slowly walks into the forest. And there he finds an ancient temple.
Okay.
And this is where the big reveal happens, the core of the legend.
I'm ready.
He looks up at the temple gate. The old plaque is peeling, but he can still make out 5 golden characters. Cui Fujin Shen Miao, the Cui Fujin Temple.
Cui Fujun. Any relation to Cui Xiao, the man?
Well, that's a really interesting point, the name similarity. The text doesn't explicitly link them here, but Cui Fujun is a known deity, sometimes seen as a judge in the underworld or a protective figure. It adds another layer.
Okay, got it. So he goes inside the temple.
He steps inside, and right there, standing just inside the temple gate, is a mud horse.
A mud horse.
A mud horse, and get this, its color is identical to the horse he just rode, and it's soaking wet.
Oh, wow. The pieces are clicking into place.
You can almost see the light bulb go on for him. He thinks, could it be the one that carried me across the river was this horse?
The mud horse.
He's pondering it, then suddenly exclaims, that horse was made of mud. If it touched water, how could it not be ruined?
Right, it should have dissolved immediately.
And before he even finishes speaking, there's a sound, and the horse just dissolves, turns back into a pile of mud right there.
Whoa, so the magic holds just long enough.
Exactly. It's not just a magical escape. It's like a powerful narrative symbol. The mud horse visually shows that divine help is temporary, It does its job, then vanishes. The miracle is fleeting. The belief in the deity is what endures.
That's a fantastic image. The horse just melting away after its task is done.
That's the extraordinary climax, and it perfectly explains the chapter title, right? Mud horse crosses the river with King Kang.
Absolutely. So what does King Kang do then? He must be reeling.
He goes up to the main hall of the temple, raises his hands to the statue of the deity, Cui Fujun, and makes this really heartfelt vow.
What did he promise?
He says something like, I, Zhao, that's his personal name, I deeply appreciate your divine protection. If I truly recover the Song dynasty, I promise I will rebuild this temple and resculpt your golden statue.
A classic vow in return for divine aid.
Exactly. Then he closes the temple door, props it shut with a stone, finds the temple kitchen, and just sleeps there, truly saved by a miracle.